Make sure you have out your big reading book open to page 68. If you don't, go ahead and pause the video now and get those materials out. All right, let's get started. This is a poem, the Odyssey of Homer. It's an epic poem. And an epic poem is a long narrative poem, so it's a long story poem. So it's a poem that tells a story that focuses on the adventures of a legendary hero. So this is the Odyssey of Homer, so our legendary hero is Homer. Literary elements, some things to look for. Figurative language. Figurative language is used to show a relationship between two unlike things. You can think of like similes and metaphors are some examples of figurative language. Imagery is language that creates a picture in the reader's mind. So imagery is going to be very descriptive, so you can really picture everything that the author is talking about in your mind. So let's go ahead and listen and follow along.
The Odyssey of Homer. The ancient Greek poet Homer created a long poem about the Trojan War. The war lasted 10 years. Then the Greek hero Odysseus tried to return to his home, but he had earned the anger of the sea god. Another 10 years passed before Odysseus would see his wife and son again. In the excerpt below, he has been released from an island prison after 7 years. His raft is caught in a storm, sent by the sea god. He was washed from the raft, and deep he sank into the roaring mouth of the storm-tossed sea. His elegant robes were soaked and heavy, dragging him down like clawing fists. With a mighty effort, he forced himself upward, and his head emerged from the sea. Spitting water from his throat, he clutched at his raft. Brave man! Again and again, he tried until he clambered onto it and lay, panting from his efforts. The storm continued, tossing his raft like a leaf, until a sea goddess saw him. Her heart wept for him. She took the shape of a gull and settled onto his raft, saying, "Unhappy Odysseus, why does the sea god punish you like this? Take off your heavy robes. See that island yonder? When you reach its shores, you will be safe from the sea god's wrath." Then she swept away on her gull-soft wings. But Odysseus did not know what to think. This could be a trap, he thought. The sea god would like to drown me as I swim. And while he wondered what to do, wave after towering wave swept over his raft.
Okay, let's go into this little caption here.
Imagery often appeals to the senses. In this case, we can almost feel the heavy robes pulling him down.
If you've ever jumped into a pool with clothes on that weren't designed, like not a bathing suit, but actual clothes, you know how heavy those things can pull you down. It's actually quite dangerous to get into the water with a lot of clothing on, because or if you've ever pulled out clothing from your clothes washer, from the washer and dryer, take the clothes out of the washer. If you hold them, feel how heavy they are, and you can really imagine him with all these heavy robes on, and it's almost like the sea is pulling him down. Okay, let's go on to page 169. Okay, here we go.
At last, the raft broke up, and Odysseus was forced to cling to one floating beam. He stripped off his storm-soaked robes and pushed off into the raging sea. The sea god roared with laughter. "Swim away, little man, for I will cause you greater troubles before you reach your home." Now, Odysseus was always a favorite of the goddess Athena. She saw his difficulties, and she raised one reed-slim hand. The winds and waves dropped away at once, and the sea became calm. Odysseus swam for 2 days and 2 nights until at last he sighted land. But then his heart sank, for as he looked, he could see that there was no place for him to land. Stone cliffs rose straight out of the sea, and the waves dashed hard against them. At last he came to a river. Odysseus could taste the fresh water of the river, and he prayed to the river god for help. "Save me, O river king, for I am flying from the sea god's anger." And the river god heard him and welcomed him. He made the river smooth, and so Odysseus was able, at last, to set his foot upon the land.
Let's go right here to our little caption.
Figurative language compares two unlike things.
So right here in the text, for example, it says she raised one reed slim hand. So they're comparing her hand to a reed, which is a very slender plant. So they're saying her hand is very slender or slim or skinny or small. Petite would be another word you might use. But they're comparing two things to help you better visualize it. So this would be an example right here of some figurative language. All right, thanks for following along. I'll see you on the next video.